Super Mario Odyssey is just one of those games you will never forget the first playthrough of. The Mario franchise has had many great games in the past, so with something as great as Mario, it can be pretty challenging to narrow down the best game. Except today, I have done just that. Super Mario Odyssey is the best Mario game. This game is truly an excellent experience that has innovated a lot from the previous titles. This game is truly breathtaking and overall really amazing. Here's why I think Super Mario Odyssey is the best Mario game. Hey guys, so before we begin, I'd like to ask, do you enjoy the music you've heard thus far? The music I've been playing, and even what you're listening to right now, is all from the channel Hotline Sawani. Hotline Sawani is a YouTube channel dedicated to video game music remixes. You're in for a tremendous treat, especially if you're a Sonic fan. Lo-fi beats, synthwave, and even 80s pop are all represented in these remixes. I recommend checking out Hotline Sawani's Sonic Lo-fi mixtape if you want the Hotline Sawani sample platter. When I was making the script for this video, I couldn't stop listening to this mixtape as I was painting and picturing what I wanted to do for this video, and I couldn't get enough of the music. His music is also available on Spotify, Apple Music, and SoundCloud, so if you're a longtime fan like me, you can add it to your personal playlist. From August 30th to September 7th, 2021, the Hotline Sawani channel has some huge plans revolving around the release of Sonic Colors Ultimate. This includes 4 brand new remixes revolving around the game, and a giveaway which you will need to check out his channel for info. Just know that everything going on right now is not something you'll want to miss, so get over to his channel, check out his work, and subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video, and now onto the actual content. So before anything, I think it would be best to focus on what truly made me love Super Mario Odyssey in the first place. Disclaimer, it's been a long while since I got this game, so some stuff might be a little bit fuzzy. Anyways, it was Christmas of 2017, and the only thing I wanted was the brand new Nintendo Switch with a copy of the new Mario game, Super Mario Odyssey. So, on that bright morning of Christmas, Santa Claus hooked me up and there were 3 presents under my tree just for me. A Nintendo Switch, a copy of Super Mario Odyssey, and a Pro Controller. And, may I say, when I played this game for the first time after setting everything up, oh boy. This game is what some may call a national treasure. Going from opening this game to instantly starting a good-looking cutscene with Mario fighting Bowser, it was astonishing. The game looks amazing. And unfortunately, after Mario got his ass kicked, he woke up in the Cap Kingdom. And as a 13-year-old, I was obsessed with this game. Also, I'm not sure if that's too young or not. Anyway, going from just the presentation to the way Mario felt to control, or even with our new little buddy Cappy, this allowed me to play the game to the brim. 100%ing this game was also as fun as you think it would be. Overall, this game had a big impact on me since the last 3D Mario game I had played at the time was Super Mario Galaxy for the Nintendo Wii. Truly, this first-hand experience for me was unforgettable and made me love Mario as an icon and series even more. Alright guys, now that I'm done talking about all of my personal experiences with this game, it's time to finally start talking about the juicy stuff. Super Mario Odyssey was a game originally released for the Nintendo Switch on October 27, 2017. This game actually started development back in late 2013 after the release of the game Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U. Under the director Kaneda Mudokura, the team experimented to find fun concepts based on the series' theme of surprise. Yoshiaki Koizumi and Koichi Kaisara, who had co-directed and produced Super Mario 3D World, served as producers. For example, the team found that throwing a hat was the most pleasing action to perform with the Joy-Con controller, resulting in the hat capturing feature with Cappy. The brainstorm resulted in a large number of eccentric prototypes, and the developers sought to incorporate them by orienting the game as a series of dense sandbox environments. This led to the game's varied kingdoms environments, each with unique game mechanics. The developers prioritized the city environment when selecting which environments to represent in Odyssey. They wanted a familiar aspect from the series to anchor players in novel setting, and so they chose Pauline, a character who appeared alongside Mario and Donkey Kong at the time of the release in 2017, and had most recently appeared in Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2 March of the Minis in 2006. She had been chosen to be the mayor of the world known as New Donk City. Some of Mario's in-game costume options reference his various prior appearances in other games of the series, such as Super Mario Maker with the Builder outfit. Odyssey was designed to appeal to Mario's core audience, a departure from the series, then recent focus on casual players. Unlike prior games which send Mario back to the beginning of the level after finding each main collectible, the Power Moons, they are designed to be found in more of an exploration manner, very akin to Banjo-Kazooie. The lack of required Power Moons for game progression gave players a wider liberty to explore at their leisure rather than advancing the story. A new direction for the series and design challenge for the development staff. The developers wanted players to check everything that aroused their attention for secrets. Shigeru Miyamoto, the series creator, was not involved in the game's daily decision-making, but rather served as an executive producer with the development team consulting him on the best ways to express game concepts. Miyamoto's feedback was specific, offering suggestions rather than ultimatums, but was highly supportive overall, which can also be translated to the reception of this game on its initial release from fans and critics alike. Finally, after all the trailers and after a lot of anticipation, the world finally got to play the game that was Super Mario Odyssey. Everyone loved every piece of this game. Your mom did, your dad did, and even little shithead Timmy loved this game. Going from the presentation to the gameplay to just the music, people loved this game. Many well-known content creators have even stayed up for the midnight release just to stream it. One of the main creators that I know and still love the content of is DGR, who did a 100% playthrough from the get-go the second he got access to the game. You see what I mean, folks? Even IGN gave this game the title of a 10, a masterpiece. That has got to say something, man. A lot of things also came with the release of Super Mario Odyssey. First, there was a special edition Nintendo Switch, which was released as a limited edition console bundle, which includes the console, a pair of Cappy-colored red Joy-Cons, a Switch carrying case, and an eShop download code for the game. White Wedding-themed Mario, Bowser, and Princess Peach amiibo figurines were also released to complement the game. Now, here's the real one that shocked most people. Nintendo partnered with food manufacturing company Kellogg's in December of 2017 to release a limited circulation of a Mario-themed breakfast cereal in the United States known as Super Mario cereal. Here's the thing about this cereal. It was also an amiibo. I think it acted like any other amiibo that's not Mario related, like, I don't know if you took the Sonic amiibo, but it was still cool. So, a funny story about the Mario cereal. The box looks like this. Sadly, when I asked my mom to buy me Super Mario cereal, she got me a different one that was just promoting the game, not one that was actually about the game. But she seemed so happy to finally give me something that I actually wanted, and so all I did was be grateful. I love my mom for what she did, and I took the cereal happily. Here's what the box looked like though. I'm assuming the box I had also was not an amiibo, but I actually never tested this for myself. Man, I think I'm gonna make myself hungry if I keep talking about cereal. Anyway, let's move on to the next section of this video, which won't be crazy since this is still a Mario game, but let's start with the story. Bowser and the Broodals, a family of rabbits serving as his wedding planners, kidnap Princess Peach from the Mushroom Kingdom and take her aboard Bowser's airship with his intent on forcibly marrying her, which, by the way, is super fucking weird. Isn't that like some kind of form of bestiality? Anyway, Mario, of course, attempts to rescue her, but is defeated and thrown off the ship by Bowser's hat and falls into the neighboring Cap Kingdom. With Mario gone, Bowser stomps on Mario's cap and lets it drift into the ship's rear propellers, shredding it to pieces. Man, rest. A piece of the hat is grabbed by Cappy, one of Cap's kingdom's sentient hat-like creatures called monitors. He explains to Mario, once no longer frightened, that Bowser also kidnapped his sister Tiara to be used as Peach's wedding tiara. Cappy joins Mario and takes the shape of Mario's cap, providing him with the ability to throw his hat and temporarily capture other creatures and objects to utilize their abilities. This is the gimmick of the game. We'll get to this later. They travel to the nearby Cascade Kingdom and recover an airship called the Odyssey. Haha, very funny, and begin pursuing Bowser. Mario and Cappy explore the various kingdoms to collect power moons to fuel the Odyssey and battle the Broodals, who steal items including a dress, a cake, and a bouquet from each of the kingdoms to set up Bowser's wedding. Eventually, they catch up to Bowser in his own kingdom and defeat the Broodals in their Mecha Broodal for good. However, Bowser quickly departs for his wedding on the moon. Mario and Cappy fly the Odyssey to the moon surface and confront Bowser inside a church there. Now, you may be asking, why is there a church on the moon? I don't know, just thought it would be cool to like mention it, you know? The two sides battle in a cavern, which Mario wins in. He frees Peach and Tiara, but the cavern begins to collapse. Mario captures an unconscious Bowser and escapes to the surface with Peach and Tiara. After Peach thanks Mario for his help, Bowser regains consciousness and decides to properly propose to Peach, causing Mario to do the same in haste. Overwhelmed, Peach turns down both of their proposals. Also, this really bugged me. Why would it be so hard to choose between a guy who saves you from danger or a lunatic who kidnaps you? Like, you can see on her face the hesitation about who to choose. Just why? You shouldn't struggle with this choice. After all of that, Peach, Cappy, and Tiara board the Odyssey. The rivals are both heartbroken until Peach tells Mario that it's time to go home. Mario boards the ship just in time, leaving Bowser stranded on the moon. In the epilogue, Mario returns to the Mushroom Kingdom where he discovers Peach has packed her bags and decided to take a vacation to all the kingdoms Mario and Cappy visited, this time out of her own free will. Again, this is a Mario game, so I truthfully was not expecting anything drastic, but I really do love this ending and the story overall. It puts a new twist on the story of the Italian plumber who saves a princess, and truthfully, I really think this story works. You know, over time, I think I just have more of an appreciation for this new take on the Mario story, and it may be part of the reason I enjoy this story more than the ones from previous titles. However, I think it's time to move on to one of the most important parts of a game, the gameplay. I mean, without talking about the gameplay itself, this might be a bit of an underwhelming video, so let's get started. I think the perfect way to start this off is to talk about one of the main cool things about this game, our new little buddy Cappy. Throughout Mario's history with the 3D titles, he normally has some kind of companion. In Super Mario Sunshine, he had Flood. In the Galaxy titles, he had Luma with a spin, and even in Super Mario 64, there was Lakitu for the camera. This time, our friend Cappy also gets to become the gimmick surrounding this game, which is the ability to capture enemies. No, not like that, like this. See, the whole gimmick of this game, like previously stated, is the capture mechanic. Unlike Flood, where you could use water to help you move around, or even have the spin with the Luma, truthfully, I also think this is Mario's best companion. Cappy has the ability to capture 52 total different enemies and inanimate objects. Really quick, or, well, kind of quick, I'll just list off 52 different things Mario can turn into. Nah, I'm just kidding, I'm too lazy for that. I'll go on ahead though and list off 5 of my personal favorite captures throughout the game. The T-Rex, which is what it sounds like, you get to run around and destroy things with your ferocious teeth. Next up is the Bullet Bill, another one of my favorites. You can boost with Y or B, and, you know, something that's really cool about all the captures, or most of them, is that there's an extra move that they can perform with motion controls. For the frog, this can be a higher jump, and in this case, this can make the Bullet Bill spin to make it go faster. Glide On is another one of my favorites, and you get to glide across kingdoms, and you can reach new high areas, which Mario could not originally reach on his own. Next up is Yoshi. Although only capturable post-game, this does not make him any less fun, and he controls as you think he would. Going from the flutter jump to the long tongue, my man has it all. Lastly, Bowser. Yes, in this game, you can actually play as Bowser. Well, more of Mario's inhabiting Bowser's body as he's unconscious, but we're not going to talk about that. What we're going to talk about is that he can jump, shoot fire, and scratch things, which is really cool. And that there are over 40 more capturable enemies and such that I choose to not bother with or to talk about. But if you guys want, I might make another video that goes over each individual capture, and I mean, hey, that might be fun. The world of Super Mario Odyssey inhabits 18 total kingdoms, 15 unlockable through story progression, and 3 unlockable for post-game content. These kingdoms consist of Cap Kingdom, Cascade Kingdom, Sand Kingdom, Lake Kingdom, Wooded Kingdom, Cloud Kingdom, Lost Kingdom, Metro Kingdom, my personal favorite, Seaside Kingdom, Snow Kingdom, Luncheon Kingdom, Ruined Kingdom, Bowser Kingdom, Moon Kingdom, Mushroom Kingdom, Dark Side, and Darker Side. Whoa, I had to say the word kingdom a lot there. Anyway, throughout the game you will be collecting power moons. Although in the past it used to be stars, shines, or power stars, we have the moons, which in my opinion is a really cool concept. Through the entirety of the game, there are over 950 moons to explore for and collect. The cool thing about the ship, the Odyssey, is that once you beat the main story and collect at least 124 moons, the Odyssey is technically complete and there will be a yellow cell to represent the complete repaired Odyssey. Now, if you are awesome and cool like myself and many others, you would actually try to collect all the moons in this game. By doing so, your sail becomes gold to show off your 100% completion. By the way, I feel bad for those of you who had to do the jump rope second moon for Metro Kingdom, because if you didn't do the glitch, well, I guess good luck to you. Now, for what I'm about to talk about next may not surprise many of you, but I truly believe Mario in this game controls at his peak. He was so much fun to control in this game. Even the folks from Twitter.com think so. Mario in this game returns with all of his previous movement abilities and some new ones too. The long jump, the spin, rolling, diving, and even triple jumping are all a part of Mario's moveset in this game. And that's not even including the tricks you can perform with Cappy. With Cappy, you can throw him, and by holding the Cappy throw button, you can allow yourself to essentially get a second jump, which can be useful for platforming purposes. Either spinning your remote in a wheel motion, or just by spinning and pressing Y or X, you can perform a rainbow spin, which makes Cappy swirl around you, giving him much more reach. Using motion-locked controls, Mario also has the option of throwing Cappy up or down, which is also really cool. And if you throw Cappy and shake for motion controls, he can home into something and capture it. The last kind of gameplay style that I want to talk about is the 2D sections of this game, which are very reminiscent to the NES Mario games. Even in Metro Kingdom, there is a room where you can replay the original 1-1 level, which is really cool. And a lot of the time, this game can have multiple comebacks to the past games. Whether it be about the NES, Super Mario 64, or anything else, they love to celebrate the past. In the Mushroom Kingdom, there is a room which uses all original Nintendo 64 assets, which looks awesome. They even have the sign that says L is real, which is kinda cool. The outfits can also be a great reflection of the love letter to the series that is this game, but we will get to that later. In Super Mario Odyssey, there are two different game modes. I won't go too in depth, but there is one assist mode and a normal mode. Normal mode is normal and nothing out of the ordinary. On the other hand, assist mode gives you double the amount of health points, and this can be more of the essential easy mode. You should only really be using assist mode though if you're like 3 years old, because this game is not that difficult. During your own playthrough of Super Mario Odyssey, you will have the ability to go to 3 more kingdoms unlocked by completing the game and getting to the post-game content. Starting off, the Mushroom Kingdom is unlocked by beating the main story mode, and that seems self-explanatory. The Mushroom Kingdom has a bunch of callbacks to older games, like the Tanuki-tailed tree, or even just Peach's castle. In order to unlock the first hidden kingdom known as the Dark Side, you will need 250 moons in your Odyssey. Once you've done that, you'll be able to travel to the dark side of the moon via your world map, and well, Dark Side is basically a boss rush with all of the Brutals, and this is also how you unlock the King Mario outfit. Now, Darker Side is more of an intense kingdom. The Darker Side is the final hidden area in this game, and while not necessarily a kingdom, it is a new location also located on the moon that the Odyssey can transport you to. To unlock the Darker Side of the moon, you must have obtained at least 500 power moons after completing the main story. Once you climb a moon replica of New Donk City Tower and collect the triple moon, you can get the invisible cap, which is also another outfit that's very cool. Something I'd like to mention is how the death system works in this game, or I guess the overall value of coins. I'd say coins are a staple to the Mario series as much as rings are to Sonic, for example. In previous titles such as New Super Mario Bros. 2 for the Nintendo 3DS, that game was all about coins. But no matter how many you got, in a way, they still felt worthless. In this game, however, you will be using coins as your main source of currency. And although there are purple coins which are only usable in a specific kingdom, which is also really cool, dying in this game does not mean you lose a life, it means losing 10 coins, which is something of value. While exploring throughout your journey playing Super Mario Odyssey, you will soon discover that there are moons everywhere, on top of skyscrapers, in chests, and even by sitting down next to a guy on a bench. What I love about Odyssey is how different each moon is to collect, which makes the exploration that much more fun. Now, we've talked a lot about the main story and such, but let's also talk about the final boss, which is more of a hat brawl, let's call it. Bowser will throw his hat at you during the fight, and if you are able to just throw Cappy at his hat, you can wear Bowser's hat, forcing out the boxing gloves built inside of them. This will allow you to fight back against Bowser. Do this 3 times and you win. Of course, this is a really cool concept for a boss, and even if it's not the hardest thing in the world, it doesn't change that it's fun to play. The last thing I can possibly think about when talking about gameplay is the photo mode, which is kind of cool, and you can make snapshots of Mario in different poses and just doing whatever. But the last thing I could think about is Luigi's Balloon World. This is an online minigame that appears a part of an update for Super Mario Odyssey released on February 21st, 2000. 2018. The minigame can be played by completing the main story and finding Luigi near the Odyssey in any of the kingdoms beside Cloud Kingdom, Ruin Kingdom, Dark Side, and Darker Side. And talking to him, unlike certain online features in other Nintendo Switch games, a Nintendo Switch Online membership is not required to play Balloon World. This minigame features two different modes: Hide It mode and Find It mode. In Hide It mode, the player has 30 seconds to hide a balloon somewhere in the kingdom. The player can choose to place the balloon before the time runs out, or they can restart to try and find a different hiding spot. However, players cannot place a balloon higher in midair or above pits, and instead, the balloon will be placed as close as possible to where the player tried to hide it. In Find It mode, the player has a set amount of time, 3 to 40 seconds, to find a balloon hidden in the kingdom by another player in the world. To help the player, there is an arrow pointing to the direction of where the balloon is located, as well as a meter counter that will decrease or increase depending on how close or far the player is from the balloon. However, the arrow will make it disappear after a few seconds, and the player can make it reappear by standing still. Collecting 3 coins while either hiding or finding balloons will increase the timer by 1 second. The player cannot enter into different areas that require warping in either mode, and will return to the main area with Cappy saying they cannot because they are in the middle of a game. Balloon World also features a ranking system, which shows the statistics of a player, such as how many coins they received and how many balloons they found in a row. The player's rank is represented by stars, which are rewarded for each objective that is completed. Each time the player ranks up, they receive a large sum of coins. The higher rank they become, the more coins are rewarded, and the harder it will be for the player to find balloons, as more difficult balloons are more likely to appear for higher ranked players. For every 10 stars collected, Luigi will gain new balloons for his case. At first, he only has a red balloon, but at 10 stars, he gains a blue balloon. At 20, he gains a yellow balloon. At 30, he gains a green balloon. And at 40, he gains a purple balloon. And if all 50 stars are earned, Luigi's balloons become golden and begin to sparkle, similar to how the Odyssey sail turns gold and shiny after collecting all of the power moons in the game. The player earns stars in 5 sections. In Find It, there is a section for the number of coins collected, the number of balloons popped, and balloons popped in a row. In Hide It, there is a section for coins collected and the number of tries other players take to find the player's balloon. If online, a notification appears if other players try to find the player's balloons, a green border. If one of the player's balloons is popped, a red border will show up. Or when more coins can be earned than the usual in a certain kingdom, that will be a black border. These notifications can be switched off in the options menu. And if an attempt is made while online and not in the Balloon World, the player will automatically receive their coin reward along with a notification displaying the user who made the attempt whether the balloon was popped or not. The balloons used in this minigame have images of the player's Nintendo Switch profile icons, which can include me and various other popular Nintendo characters. Additionally, the time of day and weather in some kingdoms change when playing this minigame, such as the Cascade Kingdom taking place at night and the Metro Kingdom taking place during a rainstorm. And that's about it for the most part. There overall was a lot to unfold when we talk about gameplay, but I'm happy to say that we can start talking about something which made it much more enjoyable. This was the presentation and overall look of the game. Super Mario Odyssey is one of the most beautiful games on the Nintendo Switch. You like how Breath of the Wild looks? Nah, this game is where it was at. Each kingdom gave a vibrant and colorful experience which enhances the incentive to explore more and collect the power moons, which is fun within itself. Going from the Mexican-style Tostarena to the colorful and delicious-looking Luncheon Kingdom, each kingdom offers the player something new, making each playthrough more memorable than the last. Mario himself even looks better in this game. Comparing the older Mario models, you can just notice the difference. If we take one main event from the game, the huge festival in Udon City, you can see how graphically pleasing this game looks overall. With Jump Up Superstar playing in the background, the 2D gameplay makes this segment of the game so much fun to play. The claim that attention to detail in Odyssey was put in thoroughly everywhere can be shown with the little things such as the sand or brick walls in the Sand Kingdom, or even early Metro Kingdom with the rain. This game is a real beauty. Overall, looking at Super Mario Odyssey piece by piece and looking at the love and care that was put into this project, you can truly see how much devs made this as a love letter to the series and the fans. Furthermore, the music of this game is something that can also complement the overall presentation, and this is where we can begin to discuss the overall soundtrack of this game. See, the thing is, I really do love this game and this series or franchise or whatever you prefer to say in general. Mario was always an icon that I could connect his music to. knowing it related to him. This game that follows this pattern's footsteps is no different. The original soundtrack of Super Mario Odyssey has about 136 tracks throughout the game. It consists of 4 discs, with discs 1, 2, and 3 containing 31 tracks each, and disc 4 containing 43, making up a total of 136 tracks. The main theme song for this game is Jump Up Superstar, which was a song which was used heavily in the promotion of this game. Kate Higgins is the voice actress who sang this song and voices Pauline. Kate can also be known for her role as Tails in the Sonic series. Overall, my opinion of this song is that it's really catchy, and I won't lie, I learned the lyrics from the case that came with the game that had the lyrics embedded in it. One of the many cool features about Mario Odyssey is the ability to choose the song you want to hear at any moment. Using the built-in music list, you can enjoy any track from the game that you enjoy, as long as you have already unlocked it. Finally, the last thing I want to talk about is a cool little detail. Each kingdom has an 8-bit remix of the track reminiscent of the NES original Mario Bros. These tracks were used whenever you would become 8-bit and were in a 2D section. Now, I stated a little while back that outfits were a main part of the game for cosmetic purposes, and they can also help collect moons even. Anywho, I got a friend of mine to help me with this section of the video, and go in depth about the outfits. Please welcome good friend of mine, Eldarin.
Hey VMeg, thanks so much for having me on. It really means a lot. I generally go into the development side of video games that I enjoy, which just so happens to be Sonic among others, but apparently there's other video game franchises not named Sonic the Hedgehog, which then leads me to today's video. Mario Odyssey has a ton of costumes, like north of 40, that you can always mix and match along with some of them giving you special abilities. I always love it when games give you the option to change your look and style to what you see fit. And Odyssey has a shop in each kingdom where you can spend those hard-earned gold and purple coins on some sick costumes. Let's kick this bit off with Cap and Cascade Kingdom, which lets you purchase some super cool looking costumes like this fancy top hat and black tuxedo, or the caveman outfit, which I always like the touch of the dry bones head as the cap, the captain's hat, or my personal favorite, the boxer shorts. There's just something so funny to me about seeing Mario fight Bowser in his boxers. As we move on to one of the coolest kingdoms in the game in my opinion, Sand Kingdom, which gives us some awesome costumes, those being the cowboy outfit, the employee costume, which, oh god, and the sombrero and poncho outfit. Obviously, I rock the boxers and sombrero throughout the whole game in my first playthrough. As for Lake Kingdom and Wooded Kingdom, they give us some rather fitting attire, starting with the lake swimsuit, which is actually free, along with the fashionable outfit. The swimsuit has always been super cool to me, but I really like the baseball-esque fashionable cap, which should totally be reused if we ever get another Sluggers game. Man, I miss those. As for Wooded Kingdom, it gives us 3 awesome costumes, those being the Explorer outfit, which I always thought fit well for Odyssey going on an adventure and all, along with the Scientist outfit, and if you ever wanted Mario to get those Left 4 Dead 2 Ellis vibes, the Mechanic outfit. While Lost Kingdom and Metro Kingdom gave us the Aviator outfit, Golf outfit, and the Pinstripe suit if you're going for that Crash Bandicoot pinstripe look, along with the Builder outfit, which is an obvious reference to Mario's outfit in Mario Maker. Snow and Seaside Kingdom give us some super awesome themed costumes too, with the Snow outfit, Pirate Resort, and Sailor outfits, which all fit their kingdoms perfectly. Speaking of perfectly fitting outfits, how could you not have a chef outfit in the fricking Food Kingdom? The Painter's one is also a super good looking fit with the outfit that reflects a lot of the colors in the kingdom. Some of the coolest costumes in my opinion come from Bowser's and the Moon Kingdom, which show off this awesome samurai outfit. There's just something so cool to me about running around as Mario in a samurai costume. Along with the astronaut outfit, the happy outfit, the wedding costume, which you actually receive for free when getting to the Moon Kingdom, along with the football outfit too, which I found kinda odd that you unlock this on the moon. Anyways, as for Mushroom Kingdom, I love the throwbacks they gave us here, with the classic outfit from Mario 1, along with the Mario 64 low poly costume. The backbone of all the costumes, I'll see myself out. The skeleton suit, which gives us the anatomy of Mario, is actually kind of freaky to me for some reason. Oh yeah, that's gonna also be the most expensive suit in the game, of course. Well, you can't get much better than that catalog of purchasable costumes. But now this is where the fun begins, as we enter the dark side and darker side of the Moon Kingdoms, which contain 2 super cool endgame rewards upon completion of these 2 kingdoms. Those being the King costume and the Invisibility hat. I think the King's costume is an excellent reward for completing the dark side of the moon, and the invisibility cap from Mario 64, I mean, how cool. So, you think you got all the costumes and all the outfits in the game since you purchased them all, right? And you beat the endgame content for the darker side of the moon. Nope, we got some sweet Power Moon costumes, baby, that shockingly enough aren't hidden behind a paywall with those sweet, sweet, sweet money-making amiibos. Looking at you, Breath of the Wild. So this is where a lot of the fan service costumes actually come in, with multiple iconic characters throughout the franchise like Luigi, Dr. Mario, Waluigi, Diddy Kong, oh god, Wario, and some other cool ones like Bowser's tuxedo, the Hakama suit, Peach's bridal gown, a gold Mario, and the awesome metal Mario, which is a sick callback from Mario 64. That's also 560 moons, of course. With all that being said, if you aren't using the sombrero boxer combo like I said before, then well, you're doing it wrong. Thanks so much for having me on, VMeg, and if you like the concept art or development of Sonic and other video game franchises, make sure to check my channel out. Alright, back to you, VMeg.
In the end, Super Mario Odyssey is truly the best Mario game of all time. I'd be very surprised if somehow Nintendo would be able to somehow surpass it. Going from visuals to music to gameplay, this game is a must-have for any users that own a Nintendo Switch. Man, just taking a moment to go back to those days of 2017, it feels good to finally revisit one of Nintendo's best titles. Truthfully, I'm really happy I finally got around to making this video, because I have been looking forward to making a video essay on something I enjoy almost as much as I like Sonic. Now that we are in the end, and now that it's been established how great of a game Super Mario Odyssey is, I think it's time to wrap it up here. This video is already long enough as it is, so let's do that. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that subscribe and like button, as this video took a long time to make, and I'm really proud of the way it turned out. Huge shout out to Eldarin, a good friend of mine, for also hopping on the channel just to join for a part of this video. I also want to give a quick thanks to the current channel members on screen who support the channel in another way than just subscribing or showing overall support. If you want to join memberships, depending on the price you choose, you can donate a certain amount of money monthly, and this is just another way to support the channel. Plus, some of the higher tiers have perks and stuff. Oh yeah, lastly, I also want to say I have a Discord server, a Twitter, and a Twitch if you want to check those out. I'll leave them in the description down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember, Super Mario Odyssey is a ripoff of Sonic Unleashed, cause Sonic did the world adventure first.